Hi Capricorn, this is Angel Aura Divination and I'm here to give the sign of Capricorn their mid-June 2021 Tarot and Oracle message. Please go listen to the collective reading. It has a lot of information about some of the energies that the collective is going through right now, as well as possibly some personal information that might also resonate with you through that reading as well as this one. I'm going to be using the Energy Oracle for this reading, as well as the Morgan Greer Tarot to get some deeper messages out of the Oracle message itself, and the Star Tarot. I just got the Star Tarot. I love this deck. I have all the decks linked that I'm going to be using today in the collective readings description, so go check that out, please. Thank you. That's all I really have to say, so I'm just going to get right into the reading for you, Capricorn. The energy is really, really good. It's really high vibrational. We're opening up after this Mercury retrograde, which is going to come to a close pretty soon, I believe, and we're really connecting deeper to our throat chakras right now as well. So I already have your Energy Oracle cards pulled, so I'm just going to get right into the reading. You have all tied up, which is a 23 reducing down to a 5. You're coming to a change. I actually think that this is really kind of reflecting on, you know, some mental barriers that you have around some possibilities when it comes to like your relationships, or even your relationship to abundance. This could also be very closely related to some sacral chakra healing that you need to be doing. I see here some sexual healing that you possibly need to be doing, but not necessarily sexual healing in the sense that you need to go out and have sex and do a bunch of crazy stuff, but more in the sense that it's about, like, you need to connect a little bit deeper to some of the healing energies of the sacral chakra, which is not just about sex. It's also about the physical body. It's also about the passions. It's also about the fulfillment of the things that you do and stuff like that. So you really need to connect a little deeper to have a greater understanding about some of the things that you might be experiencing through that as well. You might be having a lot of releasing, you might be doing a lot of releasing, and that can manifest in a lot of different ways. So let's just get right into it. So what card do we have from the Star Tarot for all tied up for Capricorn? This is a 23 reducing down to a 5. 5 is all about change. It's all about, shifts. It's all about new beginnings possibly as well. We have the 5 of Swords here. So you are actually very much mentally constrained, I do see. This could be about relationships in your life. This could also be about career or work relationships as well, where you have some friends or some possibly peers that are kind of having more of a strained relationship with you now than they might have even in the past. And this is really making you reflect more on how you yourself need to work on personal balance instead of working on balancing out these relationships. Although I think that balancing out relationships is going to be important for you, I think ultimately that you need to do a little bit more personal balancing, some personal healing, some personal connection, instead of doing a lot of external connections right now. But that's just me, so don't get caught up in my egoic version of intuition if I'm wrong for you. Anyway, the next card that we have out from the Morgan Greer Tarot is the 2 of Cups, which is telling me that you do need to connect to your higher self if you want to have positive relationships within your life. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to connect deeply to spirituality, or that you have to go run off and be a psychic medium or something. That just means that you need to kind of focus on really figuring out where you're going, figuring out your path, figuring out where you want to be next year, next week, next month, and and really connecting deeper to your path and your higher self to really make the best out of every relationship that you have, which actually might be pulling in this soulmate union for you. The next card out that we have actually is about that balance with the 6 of Pentacles here. It's about creating more stability in your life due to balancing out the energies of possibly where you spend your money or who you deal with when it comes to the money or career sector of your life. I think also though, that this might be about charity work that you're doing. So maybe you need to focus on doing some charity work, going to volunteer a little bit, putting more energy out into helping other people prosper. Capricorn. The next card that we have out is the Ace of Cups. So if you do have an offer that you want to give to somebody, or somebody has an offer they want to give to you, you're going to be in great energy for that. It's going to be very enlightening when you do actually open up and communicate about the things that you have to say, and it's going to bring a big sense of peace into your life when you do choose to open up about some of the emotions that you feel in regards to the relationships that you have in this life right now. Now, you're still caught up in your head a little bit with this all tied up being further emphasized by the Four of Swords and the Ten of Cups. So it's kind of like you are trying to figure out what you want. You are trying to figure out what's going to make you happy. But I think ultimately it's also about, like, how are you going to be happy in the relationships that you have? Because I'm getting the sense that you're in a relationship right now, or you might even be having relationship problems. And a lot of it has to do with the way that you communicate your emotions and communicate your thoughts. And, you know, it's almost kind of like what I'm really seeing in the deck and what I'm really seeing in the reading itself is that you're kind of more trapped in being combative and being sarcastic. They're saying some combative, sarcastic, you know, witty, and you're trying to be witty, you're trying to be cute, but it's really preventing you from communicating your emotions effectively. So try to be more forthright in the communication, and happiness will ensue. Basically, with the Ten of Cups being here to kind of explain that, is that you are in a very prosperous and happy situation. It just needs to be balanced out, and that's really the balance that needs to be created. It's figuring out what you want to communicate and how you want to communicate, how you might even want to appear to the people around you, your peers, or even your partner. The next card out, and this is the last card that we're going to get for the all tied up card from the Energy Oracle, is the Nine of Swords. So this could also be something related to your sleep patterns, or possibly even your mental health and how that affects your sleep, or how that might even affect your spirituality or your psychic abilities, your psychic gifts. You know, and we all have psychic gifts. I don't want to get too caught up in that, but I do want to say that this is also possibly about your sleep, you know, your connection to sleep. Maybe you're having a lot of nightmares, or maybe you're even having to do a little bit of shadow work with some of your daydreams as well, and that's what's really being highlighted as well. You need to really connect deeper to, you know, that shadow work energy. And I was just telling somebody about shadow work on my TikTok live that I just did, so follow me on my TikTok, by the way. I was saying, you know, for me, shadow work is really also about understanding that my own personal triggers and how to just let them go. And it's not saying that I have to let everything go. I am a human. I do have fears. I do have things that, you know, I can't deal with on a regular basis. You know, I have my own triggers. I have my own problems. But how do you deal with your triggers in the moment? And how do you keep yourself from feeling like you have to be connected to that fear when it comes to you? You know what I mean? For me, meditation helps. Prayer helps. So that could be something that would be good for you, helping yourself connect to your higher self. Maybe you need to do some higher self or some guided meditations where you can connect to your higher self. The next card out that we have for you, Capricorn, is the Magician in the Mirror. This is a 53 reducing down to an 8. The 8 is also the infinity symbol on its side. If you notice, the top of the Magician's head is an infinity symbol. It's just a bright light as well. He is coming into an awakening within his crown chakra energy, where he's connecting to the universe to really get that intuitive message that he needs to get to do the Magician and the Mirror work that he's doing. You might even be doing some personal mirror work where you're looking in the mirror and you're really figuring out, who am I? What do I want? What do I want to look like? What do I want to say to others when they see me? What do I want others to feel? What feelings do I want to invoke in others? You know, things like that. And that's really creating a duality in yourself that's going to help you do the shadow work you need to do as well. I think ultimately you might even be wanting to build something in this energy, and you're going to be building when you choose to start manifesting with the shadow energy as well. I'm not saying that you have to manifest bad things, because shadow energy sometimes can be bad energy for some people, and that's fine. But it's kind of like working with that duality of the energy of change and the energy of creation, and really realizing that you are a whole individual, good and bad, flaws and all. So the card that we have out from the Star Tarot is saying exactly that. It's that self-mastery energy with the Hierophant here. It's that self-mastery energy where you're coming into a greater awareness of how you can change your spiritual path, and not possibly even your spiritual journey, by understanding that you are in control of the things that you do. You're in control of the energy that you have. You are connecting to the divine feminine and the divine masculine to work with those dualities as well, and really bringing in a new energy, a third energy, where you can have that wholeness within yourself, where you can also manifest within yourself to have better things for yourself. This is going to be bringing you a better sense of peace as well. Not only are you going to be feeling peace within the relationships that you have, but you're also going to be feeling internal peace as well. This could also be related to astrological transits, as my guides are telling me right now. The next two cards that we have out are the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. This is a 5-5, and then the Hierophant is also 5. You might be seeing 5-5-5, but 5-5-5 is also about change, which we are also seeing with all tied up. So right now your mind might be changing. You might be having a large awakening when it comes to spirituality or the career as well. where you're coming out of that lack mindset and possibly even realizing that you might have missed some opportunities in relationships where you were either being too cutting with your words or you were being very rejecting with other people around you, which is only being further emphasized by the Queen of Cups, who is basically here to say that you need to connect deeper to your spirituality, to your intuition, and possibly even to your emotions, especially actually to your emotions, to connect to the people around you. Come into a greater sense of self-mastery within your emotions, and you will connect deeper to your own intuition and to your own intuitive path, your own spiritual path, where you don't have to work so hard to protect the things that you are manifesting or to protect yourself, but you do have to, you know, be more open emotionally when it comes to the relationships you have if you want to have long-lasting relationships, Capricorn. You know what I mean? So the next two cards that we have out for you is the Hermit and the Page of Cups. I actually did to get some other cards out, but they weren't really resonating for me when I was looking at them. They were kind of more telling me where I need to go with this. You are kind of building up yourself to go on a personal journey through spirituality, and I think ultimately that you will be going through this personal journey of self-mastery with the Hermit here, where you will be understanding who you are and what your purpose for this world, for this earth is. You might even be a star seed, and you're really coming into an awakening about that. That's what I'm seeing here with the Hermit here. And this is also helping you understand what you can offer to other people emotionally as well, which is leading me into the Three of Pentacles. This is the last card that I'm pulling for the Magician in the Mirror, where you're also understanding that there are energies here for you that will help you build up yourself, build up something sacred to have for the future. You are working with other people around you to really have nice things, to really have more possibilities in your life, and really have, you know, that abundance that you might be wanting to attract in for yourself right now. And if this is all about spirituality, then you are building something sacred. You possibly are connecting to your soul tribe, or connecting to possibly even a twin flame relationship or something like that as well. Now, I don't actually see a lot of information about relationships, but I'm saying that seeing that this is just kind of patterns that they're kind of talking about, is that you really need to kind of master your emotions here and master the way that you communicate with others, which is a lot about the throat chakra and healing the throat chakra. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what the advice was about, but we're not there yet. Right now, we also have Blossoming Abundance, which is a 3. 3 is about wholeness, and it was interesting to me because we had the 23 reducing to a 5 and all tied up. Then we have the 53, and then we have the 3. So it's kind of like we have 3 and then we have 5 with all tied up. We have 3 from Blossoming Abundance, and then we have 53 in the center. So it's kind of like you're bringing in that wholeness energy of understanding who you are and what it is you have to offer others into the fold moving forward in your life, and understanding that that's how you attain abundance for yourself, is by changing the way that you see wholeness and changing the way that you even see yourself as a whole individual. You are not broken, Capricorn. That's the message here. And that's really what's going to help you transform your abundance and really open up to the new possibilities. There's a lot of magical energy around you. You might even be performing magical rites or doing rituals that will be bringing in more abundance for you, whether that's through the law of attraction, through your own spiritual spellcraft, or anything else that you do. I think also, though, that you might benefit from going out into nature and really meditating with the plants around you. Even doing some herbal studies might help you, where you're understanding what plants are growing in your front yard and how that might resonate with the energy that's kind of surrounding your life. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the plants that come to you are coming to you through your connection to the earth, your connection to Gaia. You know what I mean? And so it would benefit you to really understand, you know, some of the plants that are growing around you and maybe how that might reflect on you as well. So let's get one star tarot card out for Blossoming Abundance. We actually have the King of Swords, and this is actually a kind of reiterating what I was saying about mastering how you communicate with others. You will be feeling a greater sense of freedom when you understand that the way that you communicate is very important to you, for you, and with you. I also think that you're going to be having a greater understanding of how to create. Oh, this is interesting. You're going to be able to have a greater understanding of how to create more spiritually conscious awareness. This is possibly even you coming into a new energy of mindfulness, is what they're saying to me, especially in the way that you communicate, where you're actually going to be even connecting to deeper connections. Some of your soul tribe might also be star seeds and you just don't know it yet. This is also you connecting deeper to the spiritual side of things and being a light for other people, where they can actually look to you for spiritual information or for resources as well. You might even become your own spiritual guru, or you might even be doing spiritual work with a guru, or finding a master. They said a meditative master. I don't know what that means. So maybe you're doing yoga or something like that. All right, so I'm just going to pull a couple of Morgan Greer Tarot cards, and then we're going to be out of here after I do the advice. I still need to do the advice, but oh, we have the Hierophant. This is talking about that self-mastery energy that I was talking about with spiritual mastery. You are going to possibly be coming into the energy of a spiritual master, and this could even be somebody in your church or somebody in your spiritual community, regardless of what you do. I don't judge, I don't ask. But this is the Eight of Cups energy, so you are going to be moving away from things that no longer serve you. You could even be walking away from religion with these two cards here and walking into a more spiritual path for yourself, and that's a great way to go about it, you know. But don't get into the energy of like, I'm leaving this because I hate it, I'm leaving this because I don't like it, but walk away because it's not for you. It doesn't resonate. If it don't apply, let it fly. And that's what you're doing right now in the energy. You know what I mean? Okay, so the next two cards that we have out, and these are actually, they're saying the last two cards that I'm going to have for Blossoming Abundance is the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles. This is exactly what Blossoming Abundance is all about. It's about the new resources that you're creating from the light that you're manifesting with. I do suggest going out into the Sun and really connecting deeper to that solar plexus chakra energy, doing some healing work out in nature, possibly even connecting deeper to your soul tribe here with the Sun out and the two people and individuals in the Sun card as well. You will be manifesting new possibilities for abundance, whether that's a career situation or possibly even just a new stream of income, if not just a raise in your own job or something like that as well, that would be benefiting you, and possibly even the relationships that you have outside of yourself. And this is all great energy to be in, Capricorn. I think that this is interesting how this isn't really about relationships, but it's really a very general reading. You know, some of the other readings were very specific. Actually, the card that we have out for you is Cornucopia. Interesting. Actually, and that's what I'm seeing here with the King of Swords. I don't know if I said it, but the King of Swords is very much about the throat chakra as well. So you might even be doing some throat chakra healing, and that's really benefiting you moving forward, or if you're just having an opening from like Mercury retrograde going direct, you know what I mean? Anyway, we have Cornucopia for advice. So I would just say understand and really connect deeply to the material realm. Practice a lot of gratitude and see how your material abundance transforms moving forward in your life. This also might benefit you at this time to really eat some healthier foods, because you are going through a spiritual ascension, and you might benefit from having some healthier foods in your digestive system, instead of having to focus on processing a lot of processed fried foods, fast food, stuff like that, junk food. We have the High Priestess here to further clarify the Cornucopia. So this is about your spiritual path. You might even be doing some studies about possibly nutrition, or possibly learning about some foods that would really help you when it comes to healing your chakras. Personally, I just kind of stick to like the color codes. So for example, you were working with the throat chakra, and that's all about blue. The throat chakra is blue. So the fruit, it says on this little card that I have, it's like a cheat sheet card, that it says fruit is good for the throat chakra, so you might be needing to eat a lot more fruit. It's saying that eucalyptus is a good aroma for you. Sandalwood is a good incense for you. You might be doing deeper research when it comes to understanding how foods help the chakra centers, or maybe you're working on the Kabbalah and there's a relationship with food there too, because it's also another system that kind of focuses on the energy centers of the body, you know what I mean, stuff like that, and you might even be doing herbal work, or focusing more on herbal medicine, or even just unorthodox versions of medicine as well. But that's all I really have for you. I do want to say that you should practice gratitude. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok, or follow me on my Instagram, and subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it, leave a comment if it resonated for you, and I'll see you in your next reading, Capricorn. Goodbye.